uh, field field questions. So I would like to see if anybody has any questions about specific sounds or just in general. And then we're going to do a little bit more than that. But I just wanted to start that before we dug into anything else. Because it was a lot of information you guys got thrown at you. So you all have it,
I
huh?
think I'm confused on the long E.
Okay. Tell me
Did I go back
what
and well, when I go back and look at the notes on it, it just says same as US General, except final Y at the end of the words.
Okay, good. Yeah,
So
and
that's
that
where
okay,
I'm not
good
remembering
question.
how that works with that long
Okay, very good question. So,
E.
so the long E is the same if you're saying the word seam, for instance, or green, right? When you
Okay.
have a final Y at the end of a word with this particular British accent, that Y sounds more like a short I to an American ear. So instead of saying funny, it would be funny, funny.
Funny.
Eh,
Okay.
eh. It's not exactly a short I, but it's closer to that than it is a long E.
Funny.
That makes sense to everybody?
Yep.
Yeah,
You all feel
Yeah.
no,
like you
that
can do
totally
that?
helped
Oh,
because
I'm so glad you asked, Bill. Go ahead, I'm
the
sorry.
Y is I keep forgetting these are sounds, it's not always the letter.
It's not, yes,
Yeah.
you've
That's
got to
why I
get
got
used to
thrown off.
this sound thing as opposed to, yeah, yeah. Because unfortunately and fortunately, the vowel letters are pronounced many different ways in English. So that's why. Any other questions? Yes, Kara.
Hi.
Do you go by Kara or Kara?
Kara, you said,
Because
yeah,
I've
you got it.
actually seen that I knew somebody with it spelled it your way, which I thought she needed another R in it. But anyway, so I'm just
That's
making
funny.
sure. Okay,
Yeah,
Kara.
thank you. So for that, actually the same vowel sound,
Hmm.
um, like if you said like Bobby, like the name Bobby, would you do the short I at the end, like Bobbit or
Bobby,
whatever?
Bobby,
Bobby.
Funny.
And
Bobby.
then,
Mhm.
okay, so then also the part where it talks or where it says like the activities between him and him. And then it says what's going on in here. And then it's Hia and Hia, whatever that is. Can you
Okay,
explain that a little bit?
I think so. I think I understand what you're asking. Are you asking about like the word here, what happens at the end when you have that non-rhotic R?
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
what, yeah.
Right. Okay. So if you're ever so posh, if you're very posh, you would say here, here,
Yeah.
here. It's almost like Hyah. Here, here,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not quite that fancy, no, I mean this is kind of interchangeable. It's here, here, and the E is a little bit more open than ours. Instead of we say here, see how tight we make that E sound? It's
Mhm.
more open, almost to a short I sound. So it's here, here. If I were going to slow it
Yeah.
down, here,
Yeah.
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 yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that makes
Does
sense.
that kind
Yeah.
of clarify that? Yeah.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
just like, English, sometimes vowels are affected by where the word is in proximity to other words, right? So of course, and we're going to talk about this linking R a little bit tonight, but if it's like if it's got another word after it, you wouldn't hold that out so much. It would shorten, you know, are you here to fix my water heater? You would say, are you here to fix my water heater? So you're not going to go here to fix my water heater, right? It just shortens, just like we do. Just like we do. That makes sense, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Any other questions? Yes, Bianca.
So as I was practicing, I was finding I was having some difficulty with the I sound when there's an L and a consonant after it. So like the word mild or child or
Mhm. The long I sound. Okay.
with an L particularly
Okay.
after it.
Do you mind doing it for me so I can see?
Mm,
Okay.
um, chi
And do
child,
it do it again.
child.
Yeah, that was lovely. Child. Child.
Oh,
You were perfect.
oh.
What was it that felt like it might be not
I,
happening?
I, I almost felt like I wanted to go Cockney or Southern with it.
Okay.
I don't know, like
Okay,
child, you know?
okay, yeah. So I think what the thing is that it doesn't have that strong Y sound, that Y dip in it like we do. When we say child, we say child,
Hmm.
child. With
Oh.
the standard British, they don't put that strong Y sound in the middle, and it feels like
Hmm.
it's not quite moored. It feels like it's not quite
Yeah.
structured enough. And that happens with a lot of these vowel sounds. They're not as structured as ours, and that's where it gets a little oogie.
Child. Child.
Child, child,
Child.
child.
Yeah, it felt like I wasn't even saying the whole word, the whole
Oh, the whole
word,
vowel. Yeah,
the whole like I was saying a different word, not even
I get
child.
it. No, I get it. But you got it. You hit it. Does
Child.
everybody else kind of, I'm sorry to sip it. Does everybody else kind of get that? And it feels
Yeah.
okay in your mouth. It's
Mouth.
just getting your ear used to it. It's just
Yeah.
feels a little underdone, but it's correct. It's
Okay.
correct. Great,
Hmm.
great question. That was a great question. Anybody else? You can only ask great questions. I don't take anything that's not great. Hi, Victoria.
Can I
You
ask
have some?
again about the
Sure.
last week you were talking about the lips roll forward? Is that with everything? Or you said
Oh, the
the
mouth
jaw is
posture.
tighter. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the mouth posture. Okay. So, it's not they don't open their mouth as much as we do in
Hmm.
general, right? And
Mhm.
so because the lips kind of always have a forward posture, that's part of the reason that it doesn't open as much. So if you're saying, if we, for instance, if we say often,
Hmm.
often, we open that, or awesome. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome, right? And so if we say awesome, we just say ah some. So we drop that jaw all the way down because we're just making an AH sound. Ah, ah.
Hmm.
But with this accent, that ah sound it tends to have a rounding. They don't say ah so much like we do. There's almost always a lip rounding slightly. So because of that, it changes the space. And so the jaw doesn't drop quite as much. So it's awesome.
Awesome.
But
Awesome.
if it were just like the A in father, which is more of the ah sound,
Uh-huh.
even that has a
Father,
slight rounding.
father,
Fa the
father,
father instead of father.
Father.
Does that make
Father.
sense, everybody?
father.
This is where it gets a little oogly noogly because that lip rounding thing is not, it just feels very strange to us. But it's just, if you can just think of, like I make the jokes about the bad teeth, but there, and we do that just so we can get people to remember to keep their mouth forward. But there is actually some truth to that too, because of the dental services there. They don't have orthodontia. They do now, finally, in the last 10 years they do. But they didn't have a lot of orthodonture stuff. So people really did cover their mouths. That was part of it, but it's probably not where the accent came from. But it just kind of gives you another visual to do. What else? Other questions? I love questions. Yes, Carolyn.
Yes, I have one about the intrusive R, like adding
Well,
an
we're going to
R.
work on that a little bit tonight, but go ahead and ask your question.
Um, I was just trying to practice it and I wasn't sure if I was doing it right. So I'll just wait and let you.
Okay, okay. Don't forget it though. If we don't cover what we'll all answer your question. Anything else? Yes, Miss Laura Husband.
Hello.
Hello.
I was curious about the long vowel A, like in cake.
Yeah, huh?
So I think do we have that e sound or just eh?
It's eh. So
Okay,
instead of
okay.
a cake, if I were going
And
to
then
stretch it
what would
out, K, go
K
ahead. I'm sorry.
K so then what dialect is it, a like Irish or Scottish if you just did the eh sound kek? Because I've heard that.
Well, it can be in a lot, there are a lot of places in the UK where it is that,
Oh,
Okay.
like the
right?
northern, it's a cake. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Beck the
it's
kick
a
versus
cake, and
bake.
if you're in
Yeah,
Ireland and in Scotland, some variations, it's a cake,
that's
right?
what I was
But
wondering.
with
Okay.
yeah, that's a good question. But with standard British, it does have a long A. It's just not quite as stretched out on the end as ours is. So it's cake,
Kick. So it has a little bit of it, but if you
a
went
little
more
bit.
to another,
Yeah, that was good. That's
okay,
good. Yeah, that's good. That's a hard one because it's kind of neither fish nor fowl.
okay.
You
Thank
know? Yeah. Yeah, good job. Good job, you guys. I love these questions. Yes, Bill.
Sorry to have another question.
Okay.
Um, father. That one,
Okay.
I feel like I don't know if I'm doing it right. And I know
Which part? The
we
A or
were
the ER or the TH or the F?
the A, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Um,
okay. So go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
last time in class I was trying to do it and I was having trouble too, so
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So the ah sound, like we do in father, is very similar, except it has some slight rounding. So some slight rounding of the opening. So instead of fa, you're going to slightly close your lips. So it's like that, right? So it becomes father. Ah, ah, ah. You still drop your jaw. Father, father. It's
Father.
not, that's it. Fall, ah, ah.
Fall.
Think if you're going to
Okay.
say fall,
Fall.
fall.
Okay. Fall.
All right. But
Father.
instead of doing the L, you're going to stick that THER there. So think you're going to, actually for me for a minute, and both of you, all of you guys can practice this. Say falther. Put an L in front of the TH. Falther. Falther.
Father.
Right?
Father.
It's a hard thing to do,
Hmm.
but that's a good way to get your mouth in the right shape. And so what you do is the same thing, but you just don't have to put that L in there. Falda,
Father.
right? Falda.
Father.
All, all,
Ah. Yeah, see, I don't
all, all, all,
fall.
all. There you go.
Fall.
You have to bring
Father.
the lips forward. You can't do it without the lips being involved. Falda, falda.
Father.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. You got it.
Why
By
is that so hard
Jove.
with that one?
Because it's
It's
not something that you ever do.
yeah, okay.
This is using these muscles in a way that you never do. And I say you specifically because some people in this group do. It's different accents from the United States have different variations on that too.
Yeah, California here.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, I forget what part of California are you from, or did
Northern.
you say? Oh,
Northern.
where? Where are you from?
I grew up in Benicia. I
Oh
was born
yeah.
in Richmond, and then I moved to
Oh well.
Sacramento after college.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
just when you said college, that was just, yeah, there you go. Yeah. California, dude. Okay. Any other pressing questions? You guys rock. Okay, so we're going to jump in. And so we've just got a little bit more to do. And that is, let me see, get my, oh, here. Okay, so okay, let's go ahead and start with the R thing, the Lincoln R thing. All right, so did we get this document? Did you guys get this?
Is it the linking R
Yep,
one? SB
yep,
linking intrusive R?
yep.
Yep.
Yeah, good. You did get it. Okay, good. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about that. So, you guys know that when you have a word that ends in ER or an sound, it can be spelled, more than one way. That R is non-rhotic, meaning that it's implied but not sounded. So it would be the weather instead of the weather, right? But that changes if the next word starts with a vowel. And, I think I've told you this, but I definitely, when I work with young people, I say, oh, that poor eye is cold. It needs a sweater. So it borrows the R from the word in front of it. It's so silly, but it works. It's just a visual thing that helps kids kind of get that, right? So they put the R sweater over the short I. So when you say the weather is almost, unless you're doing, it's not, this is not, doesn't happen 100% of the time, but it does 80% of the time. You would link that R to the I. So it would be the weather is almost. Everybody kind of turn off your mics and just practice it for yourself. Just those four words. The
The
weather
The
is
weather
almost.
is
Weather is
almost.
the
Good.
weather
The
is
weather
almost.
Oh, I like
The
hearing it.
weather
The
is
weather
almost.
The
is
weather is now,
The
if
weather is
somebody did, I think it was
almost.
Carolyn, I think I heard Carolyn say, it might have been somebody else, but anyway, they did a pause. They said the weather is almost, now that's different because you're doing a vocal break there. But if were going to say the weather is almost colder, you would link those two together with that R. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, it makes sense, I think. It's pretty logical. So then you have another one in that sentence. You have colder, and then you've got another word that starts with a vowel, and so you link it together. So it would be the weather is almost always colder in November. A lot of words. I would love to hear Carter read that sentence.
The weather is always colder in November. I didn't
Almost
mean
always.
didn't mean to cough between those two.
That's okay. Do it again. You forgot a word. Almost
Oh,
always.
I certainly did. The weather is almost always colder in November. Almost did it again.
Okay, do it again and think about colder in
Colder
November.
in. The weather is always colder in November.
Very good. I know it's kind of a thing,
It
isn't
does
it?
take some
Right?
thinking, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it
It
does. It's
it I'm just like sitting here thinking when we say I was like even in American where we say like the rope and or like the rope and the orange based on if the next word has a vowel or not. We say
yeah,
the
right.
and it sort of reminds me of
It's
that.
kind of that same thing, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is. It is. Good point. I would like you to pick somebody to read the next sentence.
Laura.
Laura.
Right? Uh, Ponder about the cosmos and the origins of matter, and you'll wonder if we are each a star or part of one.
I know.
Gosh.
I know. You have these yellow things on there, it kind of forces the issue and it feels weird, doesn't it? Okay, try it again. And I'd like you to go to um okay. Yeah, just do it again because
Okay.
I want you to link it. So I'm not going to let you cheat.
Okay. All right. Ponder about the cosmos and the origins of matter, and you'll wonder if we are each other's star or part of one. That
Okay.
started getting
Or
That
part
sounded
of one.
Irish.
Irish.
Okay. Okay, that was very
Part of
good.
one.
I'm gonna do this. There's a couple of word pronunciations that I think might be good to hear too. Okay.
Okay.
So I might just fall all over it's because it's deliberately difficult. Okay.
Wonder if.
Ponder, remember about that rounded O, that O, short O. Remember, we always round it. Ponder, not ponder. Ponder, right? Ponder about the cosmos. Yeah, and again, it's not cosmos, it's cosmos or cosmos, right? Ponder about the cosmos and the origins of matter, and you'll wonder if we are each a star or part of one. It's a lot, but
Mhm.
these are such good exercises. So, what you can do with these, and it's pretty self-explanatory, but you could say, ponder about the cosmos and the origins of matter. Start there, and then go into matter and you'll wonder, so connect it so you're doing it again. But I would like all of you guys to really spend time. I'm sorry, my cat's throwing up if you hear a weird sound in the back. Sorry.
Like,
Lucy, are you okay?
Oh.
It's a cat. It's a fur ball, I'm sure. All right. So, okay. So I would like all of you guys to really use these in the next several weeks and then go back to them because they kind of get you into this weird thing of this linking these R's with that. I'd like somebody to try the next sentence. No, actually, Laura, I'd like you to pick somebody.
All right. How about Audrey?
Audrey. Where's
Yes.
Audrey? I'm not seeing Audrey. Oh, there's Audrey. She's right above you. There you go. Okay.
Okay. Heather is so chipper and happy that her asking about the details of the murder is not in character at all.
Nice. There were some really
Wonderful.
nice things capping in there. This, I will, I want to, great job linking. Really good. I want to give you, we're going to talk about this. This is the next thing we're running into. It's asking in this particular
Asking.
case. And when do you say ah? And when do you say ah? When do you say ah? And when do you say? But that was very, very good.
Thank you.
Let's get the last one out. And would you pick someone to do the very last one there?
Vincent.
Vincent, you can do it.
and hello. All right. The leader in your field was better all around than the other analysts.
Okay, but there were some nice little sounds going on there, but you need to connect the R in leader with the word in. The
Leader,
leaderin. Okay, try it again.
the leader in her field was better all around than the other.
Better roll, better roll.
Better all,
Yep,
better all around than the other analysts.
good. Than the other. Than
Then
the other. By the way, everybody, this is an English, the language thing, not a British thing, but it's something we've all gotten lazy with. The in front of a word that starts with a vowel, and the in front of a word that starts with a consonant. That happens with American English when we do it right. We shouldn't say the end. We say
the.
the end.
Yeah.
And why do we do that? Anybody know?
Does it have to do with getting that Y sound, perpending the vowel to play off of that? Like
Kind of, yes. It's
the
basically because if we don't, it's hard to understand. It's about intelligibility. That's the reason we do that. Yeah, it's about when you put two short vowels together that don't have structure to them, it's hard to understand. So that Y glide in there separates that, and that's how we get it. The end, right? Because what I mean by the Y glide, do you understand what I mean by that? So you say the, and then you put a little y sound before you go to end. The end. Make sense? Kinda? Okay. Was I kind of went out on a tangent there, but it's important. It's important. Okay. We're going to move on from the linking R's for just because we've got so much other stuff to cover, if that's okay, and we'll touch back on it again. So we need to talk about the short A rules. Yeah. Why do I have it two different ways? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So if you have a page that looks like this, does everybody have this? It's got I'm sorry I sent it this way, but it's the same thing twice on the same page because I did this for a class and I cut it in half and get so that, and I actually do this for everybody. I'll go ahead and tell you why I do it. I tell people to make a few copies of this, cut them in half, fold them in pieces, and stick them in your pockets or your purse. If you're having to do British if you're practicing it, if you have an audition, have this with you at all times. Mark your script because these are very hard to remember until it gets in your bones. And that means like doing it every day for a while. It's very hard to remember this. And you can see why, because you say the short A, like an ask, draft, laugh, becomes ah when it's in front of F, 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 T, N, C, E, N, C, H, N, T, S, K, S, P, S, 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 T, T, H, and T, H. So that's a little hard to memorize, right? So then the other time when this happens is when ND is medial, meaning that it's in the middle of the word, or final in a word of two syllables. See how specific this is? So command becomes command. The word is and. The word and, oh, is and because it's only one syllable, right? So again, very difficult to remember. If I haven't done a British accent in a while, like in a regular way, I pull this out because it's just hard to remember. Okay. Um, yeah, so I've got some words there that you can say. So it's ask, draft, staff, basket, master, can't, right? Um, and then I say with NCY, it becomes a again. Okay, so the short A is in bad, am, sand. Any other time in front of or behind any other consonants, the short A is pronounced just like we say it, like cat. Chancy, patch, passion, narrow, bad, am, sand, manna, graduate, map. Now, one of the things that you'll notice that is a little different from American English. You notice when I said narrow, I pronounced that A as a short A, ah. Most Americans now say narrow. We've turned it into a long A, which is technically not correct, but that's what we've done. So you've just got to be careful when you have something like, so it would be a wheelbarrow, wheelbarrow, not a wheelbarrow. Examples like that. Okay. Where I lost my place. Yeah. Okay. And so the other thing that we've got to be careful about when we say bad am, we don't say bad am. Americans tend to, when they have a nasal sound, a nasal MN or NG after the vowel, we tend to push the nasal sound up into the vowel. But that doesn't happen so much within the UK. So it wouldn't be I am, I said Neil Diamond. It would be I am, I said. I am, I said. I am. Everybody say that. Am,
Um,
am.
Um,
And and one of the
Um,
ways you can, that was great. I'm hearing them. They sound really good.
um,
And just when you
um,
can't find it, if it's feeling like, instead of saying anger, you want, or anger, you say anger, like we do. What you can do is take that nasal out of it and find it that way. So aga, I'm taking the N out of anger,
Okay.
aga, aga,
There you go.
and then sneak that little N in there.
Okay.
Aga, anga.
Anger.
Yeah, that's it. Whoever said that was great. I
Anger.
don't know who I heard. That was Audrey. Yay! Good job, Audrey. Yeah, so anga.
Anger.
Narrow,
narrow.
passion. If you're really posh, it's passion.
fish,
Person.
Right. So patch.
fish,
If you get super posh, this short A, if you're playing like somebody really heightened RP, that short A can become more of a short E. So it would be pitch and passion
Fish.
Pitch.
and narrow. right?
Narrow.
But that's really
Narrow.
that doesn't happen that often. But it's fun. It's fun for character work. If
Yes.
you've got a character that you want it to be just ridiculous, you can do that. So graduate, graduate, graduate,
Graduate.
MEP, MEP,
Graduate.
MEP,
Graduate.
Map.
Mep.
yeah,
Mep.
MEP, yeah.
Map.
Mep.
So it's not map,
Yeah.
right? We kind of just pull it out there a little bit. Good. So does that make sense, everybody? Do you kind of have a sense of this? Yes, Laura.
I have a friend, she's Scottish, but lived in England like 40 probably years. So I don't, how would you pronounce the book of the Bible, Psalms? Because she says it a certain way, but I'm curious what you would say.
It would be Solms.
Okay, she says
Solms. Yeah,
Sams.
that's the Scot.
Okay, all right. So
That's probably the Scot.
okay,
Where in the UK where does she live in England?
near London now. It's probably like,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that would not, I don't think that would be London at all.
okay. So Solm,
But
like a tall,
there's so many accents in London, but the ones that basic ones we know. Yeah. That's
okay.
funny. That's
I
interesting.
know
I
it's so
love
different.
that.
You're like, what are you reading? Sam?
Yeah, exactly. Sam. I don't remember the book of Sam, right? That's
Yeah,
great.
Sam.
Exactly. Sam I am. Um, okay. We've got a monologue. And what we're going to do today for the rest of the time, if that's okay with you, this is our test day a little bit. So I'm going to have everybody read this monologue, the one that says British Monologue London. And what I'm going to do with all of you, please tell me I haven't lost my yellow thingy jobby, my pink thingy jobby. There's my pink thingy jobby. Okay, so I'm actually going to do a physical sheet for all of you. You're going to read it. I'm going to mark the things that need work. And I will get these to you. I'll do so. I don't know how we'll do it. I don't know how we'll do it, but we'll figure out a way to get this to you. We'll do the scan or something. Somebody that knows more than I do will help us get these to all of you. So you can have this and know that these are your current weak spots. And we'll go over it. I think we should have time to go over it tonight, but does everybody I know we had to kind of push through that stuff pretty quickly, but you'll have these cheat sheets. And that's again why I have it, keep a copy in your pocket if you're ever having to do it, for an audition or something. Any other questions about what we just went over? I know we crammed through it really fast, but go ahead and ask if you could think of anything. It's like I don't remember what we did. Good?
For the first sound,
Yeah.
where the sample words are like ask, draft, is it ask, draft? Like,
It is. So yes. So
okay.
when it's you say ah when it's that sound is in front of any of these combinations of letters.
Okay.
And then you say ah when you have let me see how I explained it. Oh yeah. Okay. And you say oh, I'm sorry. That's why I couldn't find it. What is when it's behind any other consonants? See where it says when it's behind any other consonants, the short A is pronounced just like we do. So it's these are the sounds that you have to watch out for. And that's when you go ah.
Okay.
And you'll get it if you do it enough. You won't have to have that with you all the time if you do it enough. But I strongly recommend that you don't fake this. Get it right. And yet, if you listen to modern Brits, there's a good percentage of them that don't follow this rule book anymore. It's changing. But I wouldn't suggest an American to do it because we probably wouldn't do it the way they do. So it's better to be on the book correct than faking it. Okay. All right. So we're going to do this monologue. would you guys like me to read it first? Would that be helpful? Okay, I'm a little cold and I'm a little unwell, so we're gonna just do our best, right? Okay. I haven't read this in forever, but we'll see how it goes.
I
It's
remember.
a huh?
I remember this one.
Oh, you do? Okay, good. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, it's adapted from like a soap opera
Yeah.
called Woman of the Shadows. This is old. This is a very old. This was probably the soap opera was probably in the 60s or 70, probably 70s. So, anyway, okay, here we go. London is not a place, it's not a city, it's nothing one can lay one's hands on to touch. No. London is something that is, well, it's a feeling. It's an emotion, if you know what I mean. It's an extraordinary experience that takes hold of one's imagination. It's the sort of feeling one experiences when one goes through the accumulated rubbish in one's loft, the antimacassars of one's maiden Aunt Elizabeth, the smoky photographs of one's grandfather's Eton days, the battered tropical helmet of one's choleric Puka Sahib Uncle Gerald. These and the hundreds of other relics and mementos of the dear day past. Well, that is what London is to me. A vast, dusty treasure trove of faded memories. Memories of Shakespeare drinking, that should say sack. There's a mistake here. Sack in the Mermaid Tavern on the cheap side, memories, and that should say of, whoops, of Dr. Johnson orating pompously to sly Bozzy over a Cheshire cheese tidbit, memories of Robin Hood, of good King John, of Queen Bess, of Sir Walter Raleigh, of Dickens nosing through the slums of Wren's architecture, of the countless wispy ghosts who people the city yet, and who make London the storehouse of the dead who will not die, of the past that will not remain in the past. That is what London is to me, a feeling, an emotion, a living experience. Now, what might be fun for you guys is to look up this stuff. This is stuff that's really interesting to know a little what this means and what the history is. So I recommend that you do it just for fun on your own. It's a really good monologue to get back into the accent with. So I would recommend that you keep a copy of it. And when you have to do an audition where you're doing a posh British accent, this is pretty posh. You go back to this and look. So, and study it. Cool? Any questions? Yeah. And if the word is hard, just, stumble through it or ask and we'll get, because there's some funky words in here. Okay. Yes, Bianca, did you want to ask something?
Well, I was gonna say really quickly, I hadn't known this, but it makes sense with England's imperializing tendencies. But Pakka Sahib is like an actual Hindi word that they've
Mm-hmm.
taken and now use. So I thought that was funny.
Yes, is it? Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because it means Pakka means like really, actually, and Sahib is sir or gentleman.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And
I was
when
just
I looked up that, I'm glad to hear you say that because when I looked it up years ago, the pronunciation I saw was puka. So I'm glad to hear you say puka. That's probably
yeah,
that's probably more
I'm
accurate. Hmm.
I mean, and then the reason, first time I heard that was when, I think it was Paul Hollywood from the show. And,
I know Paul
and
Hollywood. I mean, not personally,
he
but
said,
yeah.
I think, yeah, so now I'm curious. I think he said Pakka, but I also don't know anymore. Like, is it now, like, do they just take it and say Pakka? I don't know.
I don't know, but yeah. So you guys, play. You can try it either way. But I when I looked it up, or this was years ago because I've had this for a while. Puka, 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 puka sahi, something like that. You can get it. You can get any of it past me because I can't tell you the truth. I'm not completely sure on that one. Okay, so who would like to go first? Oh, good, Greta. Okay. Let me get your name on here and let me get my little paint
Right.
marker.
Let me pull
Okay.
this up.
Whenever you're ready. And if you stumble, just go back and go over it again. That's totally
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Do you want me to read the title as well, or?
Well, you don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
just start with the monologue.
Mhm. London is not a place. It's not a city. It's nothing one can lay one's hands on to touch. No, London is something that is, well, it's a feeling. It's an emotion, if you know what I mean. It's an extraordinary experience that takes hold of one's imagination. It's the sort of feeling one experiences when one goes through the accumulated rubbish in one's loft, the antimacassars of one's maiden aunt Lisbeth, the smoky photographs of one's grandfather's Eton days, the battered tropical helmet of one's caloric Puka Sahib, Uncle Gerald, these and the hundreds of other relics and mementos of the dear days past. Well, that is what London is to me, a vast, dusty treasure trove of faded memories, memories of Shakespeare drinking sad in the Mermaid Tavern on the Cheapside, memories of Dr. Johnson orating pompously to Sly Bozzy over a Cheshire cheese tidbit, memories of Robin Hood, of good King John, of Queen Bess, of Sir Walter Raleigh, of Dickens nosing through the slums of Wren's architecture, oh, of the countless wispy ghosts of people the city yet and who made London the storehouse of the dead who will not die, of the past that will not remain in the past. That is what London is to me. A feeling, an emotion, a living experience.
Lovely, 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 Greta. Thank you so ever so. Really, really nice. Thank you for being the first one out. I really appreciate that because then, some things that I want to kind of talk to everybody about that we should have gone over a little bit more.
Okay.
Be careful about your long O's. Remember that because like the one I marked for you was third line down toward the end when you say hold
Hold.
because of that L in there, it's very hard to it's harder to do the British O, but they do. So it's still hold, hold
Hold.
instead of
Hold.
hold. And it's because of the
Okay.
L that it makes it
Yeah.
harder, but it's still in this with this accent, hold, hold.
Hold.
Yeah.
Hold.
Also, all of you, I meant to tell you before we started on this, be very careful about T's. You're not aspirating a lot of your T's and they should be aspirated. So it would be, well, that is what, that is what, that is what. Um, be careful about words like of the past that will not remain. So a final T, explode it no matter what's happening after that. Does it happen 100% of the time? No. But I want you guys to get used to doing it because we drop them all the time. So it's really important to especially honestly, younger people really drop those T's. So we want to really grab those T's. So thank you so much, Greta, and thank you for volunteering to
Of
go first.
course. Of course.
Oh, thank you so. Okay, yes, Bianca, give her a round of applause, everyone, a round of applause. Yes. Oh, she was so gracious too. I love this. I love it. Okay. Who would like to go next? It's Laura Husband. Lovely.
Right.
Okay.
Lon-
When are you ready?
Okay. London is not a place. It's
I'm going
not
to stop. I'm going to stop because there's one other thing that I didn't tell everybody.
okay.
Be careful about the sound, where it's spelled with O here in this case, but it's still farther back on the tongue. It's not London, it's London.
London.
London. All
London.
right. Yeah. Good job. Okay.
London is not a place. It's not a city. It's nothing one can lay one's hands on to touch. No, London is something that is, well, it's a feeling. It's an emotion, if you know what I mean. It's an extraordinary experience that takes hold of one's imagination. It's the sort of feeling one experiences when one goes through accumulated rubbish in one's loft, the antimacassars of one's maiden aunt Lisbeth, the smoky photographs of one's grandfather's Eton days, the battered tropical helmet of one's choleric Puka Sahib Uncle Gerald, these and the hundreds of other relics and mementos of the dear day past. Well, that is what London is to me, a vast, dusty treasure trove of faded memories, memories of Shakespeare drinking sack on the Mermaid Tavern on the cheap side, memories of Dr. Johnson orating pompously to Sly Bozzy over a Cheshire cheese tidbit, memories of Robin Hood, of good King John, of Queen Bess, of Sir Walter Raleigh, of Dickens nosing through the slums of Rennes architecture, of of the countless wispy ghosts who people the city yet and who make London the storehouse of the dead who will not die, of the past that will not remain in the past. That is what London is to me, a feeling, an emotion, a living experience.
You're all so posh. Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you.
So from here on out, guys, I'm probably, well, yeah, I should, because I know we're not going to have time to go over every sound with every person, but I'm going to pick out a couple of things. And then I've got it marked on this, and I'm going to get this to you somehow. Okay. So on that this is a tricky, it's kind of a finding the spot. So when you say London, London, it's you're kind of overreaching it, but that's okay. I want you guys to kind of, you're going to, because it takes a little bit to find it. So instead of London, it's not, you don't pull back so much for London. It's just that it's more, it's not it's not la in the front. London, Lon. Everybody kind of feel that? London, London. You're making the sound kind of in the middle toward the back instead of London, where you're pushing it forward. London, London, London. Cool. We'll keep playing with this. It's one that takes a while to get your mouth around. And if you haven't done it in a while, it'll take a while to get it back because it's a finesse thing. That's just got but you did a great job on it. It's just we're going to kind of tweak it a little bit. All right. Be careful. This is just a general thing when you're reading. Like on the, this is just for all of us to remember when you're reading, like on the fourth line down, the one that starts with imagination, that the last word on that line is the, but the next word starts with a vowel. So you just, that's just a reading thing. So just because that's just a general thing to notice if you can, because we're reading these cold, but when you read through something, make a note about stuff like that because it's so easy to not see it. Okay, so down on the two lines underneath that the, when you say the smoky photographs of one's grandfather's Eton day, the, okay, so this is one of those because we haven't learned it all yet. You made the A in battered more of an ah. It's not. So in front of that double T, it's still an ah. So it's battered. And guys, if with that short A sound, I think I mentioned this, but I'll remind you again, if it's somebody that's very, very posh, like royalty level and the people that surround them, that short A can become more of a short E. So instead of battered, it can become bettered, 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 tropical, whatever. Yeah, right. So just know if you're playing somebody that's like that, you can go that far. All right. So then, down, it's this is kind of hard because it's long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines from the bottom, where you say where you have the names of King John, Queen Bess, Sir Walter Raleigh. So SIR, we pronounce it right? So when you have an sound, it becomes Sir Walter Raleigh. Now, I'm telling you guys these things, and then you're going to listen to some British shows and stuff, and you're going to go, they said, yeah, it's a different accent. There are so many accents in that little, so just this is a specific accent. So just kind of know you're going to hear things that are going to make you go, that's not what Jill said. And it's not, you're correct, but it's different. Like if people in the Midlands would say, Sir, Sir Walter Raleigh, Sir. So, and in Liverpool and those areas too, some of that. Okay, so be careful about T's, everybody. And I kind of noticed this earlier today. We're just not, we glottalize our T's, we stop our T's, we don't make T's a lot of times. And we turn them into D's a lot of times. We say city, but it's city. The same thing at the second to the line, second to the last line toward the end, where you say, "Of the past that will not remain." You said "not remain," right? But you want to hit that T, and this is just good practice. When you start being aware of all of these things, then when you start doing other accents of the UK, this will be the kind of foundation of it. And then you make the changes from this as opposed to from American. Good, very good, excellent. Okay, thank you, Miss Laura. Okay, who's next? It's Victoria and then Bianca. All right, so because I saw your hand first, Victoria, and then Bianca. Okay, so
Okay.
Victoria.
Right.
Okay. I mean, you could not have a more British name.
I know.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
London is not a place. It's not a city. It's nothing one can lay one's hands on to touch. No. London is something that is, well, it's a feeling. It's an emotion, if you know what I mean. It's an extraordinary experience that takes hold of one's imagination. It's the sort of feeling one experiences when one goes through the accumulated rubbish in one's loft, the antimacassars of one's maiden Aunt Elizabeth, the smoky photographs of one's grandfather's Eton days, the battered tropical helmet of one's choleric Puka Sahib, Uncle Gerald, these and the hundreds of other relics and mementos of the dear day past. Well, that is what London is to me, a vast, dusty treasure trove of faded memories, memories of Shakespeare drinking sad in the Mermaid Tavern on the Cheapside, memories of Dr. Johnson orching pompously to sly Bosie over Cheshire cheese tidbit, memories of Robin Hood, of Good King John, of Queen Bess, of Sir Walter Raleigh, of Dickens nosing through the slums of Wren's architecture, of oh, of the countless wispy ghosts who people the city yet, and who make London the storehouse of the dead who will not die, of the past that will not remain in the past. That is what London is to me, a feeling, an emotion, a living experience.
Those are just all so lovely and so posh. So posh. Really nice. Okay, so be careful about on the first line, the thing that's happening with you, Victoria, that because you've been working on this a little bit, you're starting to get a real sense of the music and just certain ways, certain clusters of words go together. Did you guys notice that? That there's something that's starting to sound like, oh yeah, she could actually be from London. I'm getting a, she sounds like somebody on television. So there was that stuff was really starting to happen, which is great. But a couple little things. So be careful about these sneaky little words, like on the first line toward the end, when you say, it's nothing one can lay one's hands on to touch. Yeah, that little sneaky little on, those little words like that, we can just kind of forget it. Oh yeah, but it's still gotta have that oh sound. And then just everybody So it's extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
So the
Extraordinary.
airy just gets shortened. We say extraordinary, and they just put the stress differently. It's not that you'll never hear anybody in England say extraordinary. It's just, but it's rare. So it's especially in this with this accent, extraordinary. They just kind of
Extraordinary.
skip that A. Then underneath that, a little bit farther to the right, this was the one O that didn't quite go where it needed to go, and that was on the word goes. Goes. When one goes through, yeah, it just went a little, it just shifted a little bit. So Maiden's Aunt Lisbeth, aunt. There might be some areas that say aunt, but I don't think so. I don't know of any place in the UK where it doesn't go when it's not aunt. Aunt. Auntie. One T, you missed one T, and that was kind of down in the middle toward the very end where you say, well, that is what London is to me. You said that is, go ahead and I'm not saying that never happens, but I want you to get used to aspirating those final T's because it's easy to miss. Okay. And so everybody knows it's Cheshire. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire. Cheshire. Yeah, you didn't know. It's the Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, you're right. Same thing. It's just a place. And that's it. That's it. Really good. Good job.
I have just a quick question.
Sure.
So my friend, I was talking to her this week and she's from London and she said, I noticed how she says podcast. It's podcast.
Podcast. But it's actually podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But she probably says podcast. It's a new word and it's she's probably yeah.
So that's a long O, but you wouldn't.
It's not a long O.
What is that?
It's a short O.
Short O.
The ah sound is the short O.
Okay.
Whether that's just English as a language, right? So that short O ah, like got, pod, not, right? Spot gets rounded to more of an AW.
Okay.
So it's podcast or podcast. Spot.
But in the case of London, it would never be London.
No, that's a different sound altogether.
Oh.
So it's London, if as we say it, it's So the in this accent goes back farther on the tongue and it becomes London. London. Yeah, the thing is, guys, it's just so English is insane. And you can't look at the letter. Don't let the letter be it's so you have to listen to the sound, the sound of the letter in this case. I wish I could make it easier. If we were doing Italian, it would be so easy. All the vowels sound the same every time. Spanish is pretty much that way too. But English, we just borrowed from everybody. So we're stuck with weird things like Cheshire. Right? Okay, very good though. Okay, who wants to go now? Oh, I think Bianca's next. Yeah, Bianca. Okay. You guys are doing really great. I mean, this is a very advanced, this is posh stuff. But I thought, let's try it and then we can soften it later, right? Okay. Whenever you're ready.
London is not a place. It's not a city. It's nothing one can lay one's hands on to touch. No. London is something that is, well, it's a feeling. It's an emotion, if you know what I mean. It's an extraordinary, it's an extraordinary, it's an extraordinary.
I'm going to give you this because everybody needs to know. It's an extraordinary. No, it's an extraordinary. You're going to completely drop that ARY, the A before the RY. It's an extraordinary.
It's an extraordinary.
Yeah, this is the posh version. Yes.
An
Extraordinary.
It's an
Hmm.
extraordinary
Hmm.
experience. It's an extraordinary.
Now, you
Extraordinary.
don't want to hit the R before the D. So it's an extraordinary.
It's an extraordinary.
Inri.
It's an
That's it.
extraordinary
That's it.
experience that takes hold of one's imagination. It's the sort of feeling one experiences when one goes through the accumulated rubbish in one's loft, the antimacassars of one's maiden Aunt Elizabeth, the smoky photographs of one's grandfather's Eton days. Is it Eton or Eton days?
Eton.
The battered tropical helmet of one's choleric Pukka Sahib, Uncle Gerald. These and the hundreds of other relics and mementos of the dear day past. Well, that is what London is to me. A vast, a dusty treasure trove of faded memories. Memories of Shakespeare drinking sad in the Mermaid Tavern on the Cheapside. Memories of Dr. Johnson orating pompously to sly Bozzy over a Cheshire cheese tidbit. Memories of Robin Hood, of good King John, of Queen Bess, of Sir Walter Raleigh, of Dickens nosing through the slums of Rennes architecture, of, oh, of the countless wispy ghosts who people the city yet, and who make London the storehouse of the dead who will not die, of the past that will not remain in the past. That is what London is to me. A feeling, an emotion, a living experience.
Oh, you guys are so posh. I just can't believe how posh you are. Okay, very nice. Okay. These are kind of the same little things. And I think that what I'm hoping is that as we do more, it's going to build because we're learning that these things that we tend to do. It's the sound that's just so hard. Okay, so it's nothing one can lay one's hands on to touch. Touch. Not touch, but touch. It goes back farther on the tongue. So that same sound is on the next line when you say it's an extraordinary experience that takes hold of one. So touch and one have that same sound, right? One's imagination, sort of feeling, blah, blah, blah. So then it's down to the antimacassars, antimacassars. Down below that, be careful of those T's again. Grandfather's Eton days. So it's an exploded T. And then battered, that is a short A. A short A doesn't change to a completely different thing. It's just not as we say and they say battered. It's still a short A. But it's slightly different. And then right below that, those final T's again, where you said, well, that is what, and it's well, that is what. We're just not used to hitting those T's, but you'll get there. Hundreds, so that sound, like in hun, goes a little bit farther back. Hundreds. Then down a couple of lines, there was an R that kind of got in there that shouldn't have, where you say Shakespeare drinking sack in the mermaid, that ER, the R doesn't loses its rhoticity. And then Dr. Johnson. So it's like the that OH is the short O, like in hot. It still gets rounded a little bit. Johnson. Then down the next line toward the N, this one is when that lip opening gets even smaller. So we said Dr. Johnson, Sir Walter Raleigh. So you say Johnson, but Walter. It's really, really small. Whoa. See how tiny my lip opening is and how forward my lips are? Walter. Johnson, Walter. Feel it? Everybody kind of feel that difference? So ALAUAW. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Right? Short O, like in Johnson, top, Scott, oh, John, Johnson, Scott, top, spot, spit spot, like Mary Poppins, Poppins, Mary Poppins. Good. So then underneath water, when you say of Wren's architecture of, not of, oh, of the countless wispy. Um, so, and the same thing underneath that. Oh, actually, no, I gave you a gold star on that. You did it beautifully on London. You had the sound perfectly on London, but it's the same sound in of London, same sound. And then one T got missed right underneath London. That will not remain, not remain, not, not remain instead of not remain. Okay, but really good. These are just these are the little things that you guys are all going to get because if you just practice this now that you know the rules of it, it takes practice because where our muscles are not used and our ears are not used to it, but it's coming. You're all doing so well. Okay, who's next? Who's next? Okay, I'm going to pick Brooklyn. And is everybody else that hasn't gone kind of okay with being picked next? So Brooklyn, after you go, you just pick who is not gone is gonna raise their name and you pick the person, okay?
Okay.
Okay, all right. Let me get a sip of water. Thank you. Okay, when you're ready.
London is not a place, it's not a city, it's nothing one can lay one's hands on to touch. No, London is something that is, well, it's a feeling. It's an emotion, if you know what I mean. It's an extraordinary experience that takes hold of one's imagination. It's a sort of feeling one experiences when one goes through the accumulated rubbish in one's loft. The antimacassars of one's maiden, Aunt Elizabeth, the smoky photographs of one's grandfather's Eton days, the battered tropical helmet of one's choleric Puka Sahib, Uncle Gerald. These and the hundreds of other relics and mementos of the dear day past. Well, that is what London is to me. A vast, dusty treasure trove of faded memories. Memories of Shakespeare drinking sack in the Mermaid Tavern on the cheap side. Memories of Dr. Johnson orating pompously to sly Bozzy over a Cheshire cheese tidbit. Memories of Robin Hood, of good King John, of Queen Bess, of Sir Walter Raleigh, of Dickens nosing through slums of Wren's architecture, of the countless wispy ghosts who people the city yet, and who make London the storehouse of the dead who will not die, of the past that will not remain in the past. That is what London is to me, a feeling, an emotion, a living experience.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Brooklyn.
Thank you.
Okay, couple little things. Are you guys sick of this monologue already? I would encourage you to look up these places and these things. It'll bring more meaning to it. Um, because it's a reminiscing kind of thing. Okay. Little tiny things. All in all, your placements were very good, but on the third line down, the very last word on that ones, it went a little bit ones. What? So just remember ones. Yeah, you're right.
I heard it, yeah.
But did you notice it?
I noticed it, yeah. I was like, oh.
Okay. Yeah, that's great that you caught it because all in all they were all really good. Okay, so going down about halfway through it's the first line on I mean it's the first word on the line where you're talking about these and the hundreds of other relics. Hundreds, it was the same thing. It could go back a little farther. Hundreds of other hundreds of other relics and mementos of the dear day past. This is one of those A's that goes ah, and you wouldn't know unless you looked at your little thing and marked it. But this is past becomes an ah, not an ah. And I think you guys were kind of, some of you are kind of going, I'll just kind of do it in the middle. So, because you can't really tell, and that's okay, but we want to be accurate. And the same thing with vast, vast, right? So it's not vast, it's vast. Now, again, in modern speech, a lot of these things are starting to kind of just go away. So you'll hear a lot of that really wouldn't happen yeah, they didn't used to happen. They still do, they still don't in some accents. All right, so again, everybody, it's Cheshire, Cheshire. The IRE just becomes Cheshire, Cheshire cheese. It's the Cheshire cat. And then Sir Walter Raleigh. So that sound, remember everybody, goes Sir, Sir. Then underneath that, you hit an R that wasn't, you really wouldn't. So Wren's architecture, not architecture, architecture, because of, the kind of art it is. And then the last one is, again, it's past, not past, past, of the past that will not remain. This is like little things that are going to get fixed when you get these rules down. But yeah, so really good, really good, really good, Brooklyn. All
Thank
right,
you.
who's next, Brooklyn?
Okay, let's do Bill.
Bill.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh
it'll be
no.
fine, Bill. It'll be fine. That's how you
Okay.
learn.
Okay, here we go.
Whenever you're ready.
London is not a place. It's not a city. It's nothing one can lay one's hands on to touch. No, London is something that is, well, it's a feeling. It's an emotion, if you know what I mean.
I want to do something. So
Yeah.
I want to do, because I want to listen. I want to see if we can trigger where your learning style is. Okay.
Hmm.
If I said to you, it's an emotion, say that back to me.
It's an emotion.
Yeah. Okay. Say, if you know what I mean,
If you know what I mean.
what I mean,
What I mean.
what I mean,
What?
what.
What?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me do this. Write down this on your WALT
Okay.
and say that.
Walt.
There you go.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking for there. So can you hear that and see that when I say what I mean?
Uh-huh. Walt I mean.
There you go. Okay,
Okay.
very good. I'm trying to get your learning style because I think you're more auditory than you are visual, and
Yep.
that can help. Okay, all right. So, okay, let me read a little bit more to you. I'm going to read this line. It's an extraordinary experience.
It's an extraord it's an extraordinary
Extraordinary,
it's an extraordinary
no
experience.
R,
Okay.
extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
Straw. No, it's not
Oh,
straw. It's
okay.
straw. Oh,
Extro.
yeah,
Okay.
dinry. Try that.
Dinry. Ex
Extraordinary.
extraordinary.
Okay, good. All right.
Extraordinary.
Experience.
Yeah.
Experience.
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 Better.
Okay.
Better. Okay, keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
Start with it's the sort of feeling one experiences.
It's the sort of feeling one experiences when one goes through
Good.
the accumulated accumulated rubbish in
Now
one's
go back
life.
and do accumulated, but hit that T.
Accumulated.
There you go.
Okay. Accumulated rubbish.
Now go back and do it just like you just did.
Accumulated
Accumulated.
accumulated rubbish
Good.
in one's loft.
Good.
The antimet oh boy, that word.
The
The
stress is on the cast.
yeah,
Antimacassars.
The antimacasis.
That was perfect.
Okay. Of one's maiden aunt, Lisbeth.
There you
The,
go.
s- the smoky,
Smoky. No, so you're fine on the
smoky.
Y.
Yeah.
It's E, it's fine. But it's smoke. Smoky.
Smoky.
Perfect.
The smoky photographs of
Get those
one's
T's though. Remember, every T you're going to make like,
photographs. Yeah.
yep, there you
The
go.
smoky photographs of one's grandfather's eaten days. The
Good.
battered tropical
No
helmet.
R there though. Remember the R, the vowel R. Battered.
The battered.
Hmm.
Okay. Battered
There you go.
tropical helmet of one's choleric. Puka Sahib,
Good job.
Uncle Uncle Gerald,
Good.
these and the hundreds of other relics
So
and
we're just
mementos.
so hundreds of other relics. Hundreds of other relics.
Hundreds,
Hundreds.
hundred,
Ha 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 ha.
okay,
Hundreds.
hundreds,
There you go.
hundreds of other relics and mementos of the
Dear, dear day past.
dear day
No
pass,
R on dear. Dear,
dear,
dear day.
dear day pass.
There you go.
Okay,
There you go. I'd like you to go down and
yeah.
I'd like to
Ooh.
hear I know it's cruel. It's cruel what I'm doing. So start with of the countless wispy ghosts. Start there. And I'd like you to think about focus on your consonants. I'd like to hear every consonant. I'm not going to worry about the vowels,
Okay.
okay?
Of the countless wispy ghosts who people the city, yet and who make London the storehouse of the dead who will not die.
There you go. Keep going.
Of the past that will not remain.
I didn't hear the
Note,
T. I didn't
yeah,
hear T on past.
not
No, go back to
remain.
of the what?
Of the past.
There you go.
Okay. Of the past that will not remain in the past. That is that,
What's the thank you.
yeah, that is what London is to me. A feeling, an emotion, a living experience.
Good. Thank you. I know this is
Woo!
tricky. This is
Yeah,
challenging for you, but I think I've kind of found out the ways that you and I can work with that.
yeah.
But I
5 years.
wanted you guys all to notice when he was doing that. Do you notice when I told him just to focus on the consonants, how much better it sounded? I was kind of doing that for all of you so that you can hear how critical that consonant production is for this accent. You can do beautiful things with the vowels, but if you don't have the consonants right, it's it's still going to sound not quite too loosey-goosey. Okay? So those plosive consonants that we're not used to doing, that's going to be an important thing for you to focus on. Good. Thank you for going, Bill. I know that was hard for you,
Oh
but
yeah, no,
you
Jill. No,
did it. You did great.
I just everybody that went before me, I'm like, wow, these guys are
Yeah.
just getting it
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
But
Well, we all
yeah,
have things that are easier for us than other things, but you'll get
yeah,
it. You'll get it. Just a
no, I
different kind
will.
of learning.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Thank you.
Who's next, Bill? You pick.
Let's go with Carolyn.
Carolyn. Okay. Good job. All right. Carolyn.
London is not a place. It's not a city. It's nothing one can lay one's hand on to touch. No, London is something that is, well, it's a feeling. It's an emotion, if you know what I mean. It's an extraordinary experience that takes hold of one's imagination. It's the sort of feeling one experiences when one goes through the accumulated rubbish in one's loft, the antimacassars of one's maiden Aunt Lisbeth, the smoky photographs of one grandfather's Eton days, the battered tropical help of one's choleric Puka Sahib, Uncle Gerald. These and the hundreds of other relics and memories of the dear dead past. Well, that is what London is to me, a vast, dusty treasure trove of faded memories. Memories of Shakespeare drinking sod in the Mermaid Tavern on the Cheapside. Memories of Dr. Johnson orating pompously to Sly Bozzy over a Cheshire cheese tidbit. Memories of Robin Hood, of good King John, of Queen Bess, of Sir Walter Raleigh, of Sir Walter Raleigh, of Dickens, of nosing through the slums of Wren's architecture, of the countless wispy ghosts who people the city, yet and who make London the storehouse of the dead, who will not die, of the past, that will not remain in the past. That is what London is to me, a feeling, an emotion, a living experience.
Lovely. Thank you, Carolyn. Really, really nice. There are a couple of tiny little things. Seriously, it was really quite nice. It's an extraordinary. So
Extraordinary.
it's not that you never hear somebody say that, but what we're doing now, I'm trying to get you guys. So what happens is the A goes completely gone in that. So it's not extraordinary, it's just extraordinary. Okay. It
Extraordinary.
makes no sense, but it is what it is. Um, a c- Only a couple of times you didn't place the valve back far enough, and that's when it's kind of like in the first third when it says accumulated rubbish in one's loft, and then the antimacassars of one's just a further back on that sound one's. And
Ones.
and then you hit one R when you said battered instead of battered. So that
Battered.
R, yeah, it's a vowel, yeah, vowel R. Um, and then on that note, down a couple lines later where you say hundreds of other relics. So what you do is you let that R be shared, but it's a little different than we do. We would say other relics because you end one with R and you start one with R, right?
Mhm.
But because the word other is that ER, because they don't pronounce the R, is not the same vowel, it's a little different. So it would be, this is a kind of an important little finessey thing. Other relics. Other
Other
relics. Yeah, so
relics.
other relics.
Other relics.
Hear the difference than other relics?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's a subtle thing, but it's a real thing. Okay. And Shakespeare, not Shakespeare, right?
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare drinking, yeah. And that was, oh, there were then, and yeah, okay. So down the second line to the bottom of the past.
Past.
We haven't worked enough on when to say at and when to say but that's an past of the past that will not remain. And we just threw that out today. But really, really, really nice work, Carolyn.
Thank
Really
you.
good. It's almost there.
Thank you.
Almost there. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Who's next? But raise your hand if you haven't gone.
Hey Jill, just a heads up, we are at 7:30.
I know it. I should have picked something shorter. I know. I was like going, oh crap, this is
Okay,
gonna
I
be
just
too
want
long.
to let you know.
Okay, so those of you who haven't gone, we might cut this a little shorter. Do you think that'll be okay? Let me ask you, Victoria,
Uh-huh.
um, should we let the people who have already gone tonight just go and try to get everybody in? I don't know. What if you run over,
In
what
class.
do you do?
Um, it's up to you. I think it's probably up to you what everyone wants to do, but
I'm okay with staying because I think
Okay.
it helps to see,
You learn from other
learn.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. If you want to. Yeah.
Or
I just don't want people to feel like they
yeah.
have to.
Are
I'm okay.
we, could we possibly do like the second half next week, or is there a different monologue we're doing next week?
Oh, well, that's okay. We're gonna do scene work
Oh,
probably next.
okay.
Yeah, 'cause so you can the music of that. But and this is a really long, honestly, I have had a day. And I was gonna get a shorter one, but I didn't have time to get one that I felt had all the sounds that we needed. So I thought, well, we'll just do this, we'll be fine, but it's taking longer than I thought. I kind of thought it might be long like this. But anyway, it's also a good monologue for you guys to have because it's got a lot of really good sounds and it's got history in it and stuff. So it's a good monologue to keep in your back.
Yeah.
So why don't we do this? This is my suggestion now. I think what we should do is try to get everybody in, but we might shorten it.
Okay.
I might cut you off because I can tell after a certain amount of time if we're going to, if you're going to need a lot of work or if there's particular things. Does that sound okay? And then those of you that I've cheated a little bit, we'll give you extra time next time. So we'll make a list of those of you that I cut you a little shorter, and we'll make sure you get extra time next time. Is that fair? How's that?
Yeah.
That sound good? Okay. All right. Raise your hand if you haven't gone. Okay. And who just went? Oh, it was Carolyn. Carolyn, pick somebody to go next.
Vincent.
Vincent. Okay, Vincent.
All right.
Whenever you're ready. So I'm going to probably I'm going to take you down to you're going to read you can do either this where you read down to Dear Day Past, or you can read starting from there. That's about halfway through. Well, that is what London is to me. So you can either do the first half or the second half.
I'll do the second half.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Well, that is what London is to me. A vast, dusty treasure trove of fated memories. Memories of Shakespeare drinking sad in the Mermaid Tavern on the Cheapside. Memories of Dr. Johnson orating pompously to sly Bawsey over treasured cheese tidbit. Memories of Robin Hood, of good King John, of Queen Bess, of Sir Walter Raleigh, of Dickens nosing through the slums of Wren's architecture, of, oh, of the countless wispy ghosts who people the city yet and who make London the storehouse of the dead who will not die, of the past that will not remain in the past. That is what London is to me. A feeling, an emotion, a living experience.
Nice. Okay. One of the things you got to be careful about, you've heard some British accents that are stuck in your ear, but they're not this British accent. And some of those things are kind of sneaking in. You're bending some vowels a little bit that are not done with this standard accent.
Okay.
They're accurate, but not for this accent. Okay, and we can talk about that more. But everybody kind of just be careful about that because there are so many accents in that little country, right? And so that's just so anyway, here we go. I'm going to give you a couple of little things. So here's something that you did, and then it kind of repeated. So, well, that is what London is to, and you bent the word me, you went me a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just me, me.
Me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Yeah. So, and then it's vast, dusty treasure trove. And then you've got some R's there that would not be sounded. Shakespeare
Shake.
drinking sad in the mermaid, not mermaid, mermaid tavern.
Mermaid Tavern.
Mermaid. So the ER becomes
Mermaid.
mermaid,
Okay.
mermaid. Yep. Good job. Good job. Right. And so then the same thing on Cheshire. Cheshire cheese tidbit.
Treasure.
Cheshire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Try it again. I'm sorry.
Treasure cheese.
Yeah, there you go. Cheshire cheese. Cheese. Careful, not don't bend that E. Cheshire cheese.
Treasure cheese.
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 There you go. Raleigh. Raleigh. Sir Walter Raleigh.
Sir. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, say it.
No, Sir Walter Raleigh.
Raleigh. Raleigh. Rah, rah, rah.
Raleigh.
Excellent. And then what of, be careful, everybody. Be careful about the word of. Remember, it's further back. Of.
Of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ghost, wispy ghost of who people, I don't know why oh yeah, you bent that E. People, not people. People.
Okay.
Right? And it's past
Pause.
of the past. Yeah. And that's because that's the rule. And that
Yeah.
was it. That was it. So those long E sounds, keep them straight. Don't bend them. It's a different accent. You've heard it, but it's a different accent.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good job. Who's next, Vincent?
Thank you.
Raise your hand if you haven't gone. We've got Tyler, we've got Audrey, we've got Carter,
Oh,
we've got Kara, Mallory. Who are you picking?
let's go with Mallory.
Mallory.
So I'm going to read the first half.
All right.
And I did have a quick question. Will you say
Sure.
London for me? I'm having trouble
Say
putting
that
it
again.
London. I'm having trouble putting it in the back. Like you said.
London.
Yeah.
Okay.
London.
Lon. So the sound in London is that sound that goes further back. London. Think of it as la la la.
Okay. London.
Yeah, and now we're going to make it a little right. We're just going to say London.
London.
Lovely, lovely. Perfect. Okay,
London
whenever you're
is
ready.
not. Okay. London is not a place. It's not a city. It's nothing one can lay one's hand on to touch. No. London is something that it is, well, it's a feeling. It's an emotion. If you know what I mean. It's an ex
Extraordinary.
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 There you go.
Extraordinary. No. Experience that takes hold of one's imagination. It's the sort of feeling one experiences when one goes through the accumulated rubbish in one's loft. The anti-macasters of one's maiden Aunt Lisbeth. The smoky photos of one's grandfather's Eton days. The battered tropical helmet of one's choleric Puka Sahib,
Good
Uncle
job.
Jared. These and the hundreds of other relics and mementos of the dear days past.
Good.
Well, that is what Linden is to me.
Wait a minute. Have we gone too far? Where did we supposed to stop on this one? Where's halfway? I'm
Right
sorry.
before will. Yeah, right before will,
That's what
is
I thought. Yeah. Dear day past. Yeah, that's what I
Dear
thought.
day past. Okay.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Okay, guys. And I'm sorry. I know I'm rushing you guys right
No,
now,
you're
and I'm
good.
sorry about that. So, good job. London, we fixed it. It just goes back there. It's an emotion if you know. So that long O is O on emotion and know.
No.
The difference between that and an American one is it's O, and the British one is O.
Oh.
O, right? So I know that you know what to say. Good. Then really the only other thing is when to say on, when to say so photographs and dear day past, but that's on that sheet. But then also you said battered with the R. So you said battered, but it's battered. Tud. Just that TERED just becomes TUD. Tud. Okay? Good. You guys are getting it. I'm sorry we're having to rush through this tonight. I should have picked a shorter monologue. Okay. Who's next, Mallory? Raise your hands.
Tyler.
Oh, Tyler. Okay, Tyler. Which half are you wanting to do?
I'll do the first half.
Okay, perfect.
London is not a place. It's not a city. It's nothing one can lay one's hands on to touch. No, London is something that is, well, it's a feeling. It's an emotion, if you know what I mean. It's an extraordinary experience that takes hold of one's imagination. It's the sort of feeling one experiences when one goes through the accumulated rubbish of one's loft, the antimacassars of one's maiden aunt Lisbeth, the smoky photographs of one's grandfather's Eton days, the battered tropical helmet of one's choleric Pukka Sahib Uncle Gerald. These and the hundreds of the other relics and mementos of the dear day past.
Good. Okay. Tiny little, tiny, tiny, really nice job. So when you say it's nothing one can lay one's hands on, a little more rounding, on to touch, on to touch.
On to touch.
Very good. And then down the third line at the beginning, the long O on no kind of went back. So know what I mean.
Know
Know
what I mean.
what.
Know what I
Mhm.
mean.
Yeah, very good. And then just everybody, I mean, it's a weird word. Choleric Puka Sahib. Chances are you're not going to use that too many more times in your life. But you know, if you ever have to say choleric with a British accent. All right. So then so underneath that, when you say hundreds of other relics, you put two R's in there. You went other relics, right? Other relics. So it's weird because there's one R and they connect, right? That's fine. But when you do that, when you say the other, just think of it as being just AH. Say this for me. Hundreds of other relics. Say that for me again.
Hundreds of other relics.
Other
Other
relics. Yeah, other relics.
hundreds of
I
other
think it's
relics.
the that's not it. So it's going other relics. So other relics.
Other relics.
There you go. Feel the slight difference?
Mhm.
Okay, very, very
Other,
good.
other
And
relics.
then it's past, again, past. The dear day past. And it kind of went a little halfway in the middle. It was fine though. You did a great job. They're really tiny, tiny little things. Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you.
Tyler, who's next? Carter,
Uh,
Kara.
Kara.
Kara!
Okay,
Which one are you doing, Kara?
I'll do the first one.
Okay, the first half of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
London is not a place. It's not a city. It's nothing one can lay one's hands on to touch. No, London is something that is, well, it's a feeling. It's an emotion, if you know what I mean. It's an extraordinary experience that takes hold of one's imagination. It's the sort of feeling one experiences when one goes through the accumulated rubbish in one's loft. The auntie massacres of one's maiden Aunt Lisbeth, the smoky photographs of one's grandfather's Eton days, the battered tropical helmet of one's choleric Puka Sahib, Uncle Gerald, these and the hundreds of other relics and mementos of the dear day past.
Good. Okay. All right. Uh, so down four lines, you've got the word one twice, and again, you drop it farther back. One experiences when one goes one. Yeah, one.
One,
Yeah, like you're gonna say wand, like a
one,
magic wand almost. Then down underneath that, the T on Aunt Lisbeth, the T just kind of got swallowed a bit. Aunt Lisbeth. Then it's really good. There's really tiny little things. Then down in your very last line, hundreds of other relics. It's that thing when you're saying other relics, we say but it's not so you can't just go other relics because then it sounds very American. So other relics, other relics.
other, other relics,
Yeah, other
other relics,
relics. Very good. And then past at the end.
past.
Did day past. Very good. Good. Good job. Good job. You guys just keep getting better and better because you're listening to each other and learning from each other. Last but not least, we only have one person left, right? Mr. Carter. Oh,
Carter.
we've got
Oh,
Audrey.
kidding.
I didn't see Audrey. Okay, which one? Who? Who
And
wants to be
O'Brien.
next? Pardon me?
And O'Brien too.
Oh, sorry. Oh gosh, I'm missing I'm missing oh, Brian, I didn't even see you. You're down here. Okay. All right. Who's next? O'Brien?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Guys, I need you to do me a favor. O'Brien, I need you to do the last half
Okay.
because I'm out of copies and I don't want to take the time. So I'm going to put you down at the bottom so I can keep track of it. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. Excellent.
So the second half, you say?
Yeah. So you're going to start with, well, that is what London is to me, if
Okay.
you don't mind. And that's going to just save us time. Thanks.
Well, that is what London is to me. A vast, dusty treasure trove of faded memories. Memories of Shakespeare drinking sack in the Mermaid Tavern on the cheap side, memories of Dr. Johnson orating pompously to Sly Bozzy over a Cheshire cheese tidbit, memories of Robin Hood, of Good King John, of Queen Bess, of Sir Walter Raleigh, of Dickens nosing through the slums of Rennes architecture, of, or of the countless wispy ghosts who people the city yet and who make London the storehouse of the dead, who will not die, of the past, that will not remain in the past. That is what London is to me, a feeling, an emotion, a living experience.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. Well, that is what a little bit more exploded T, plosive T on what London, what London. Just say that for me. That is what London.
That is what London.
What?
What?
Yeah, what London. Yeah, good job. Good job. Then, um, okay, then down about in the middle where you're talking about memories of Robin Hood. Good King, more rounding on John.
Dawn,
John. Yeah.
dawn,
And the same thing, that very same sound, even tighter when you say Walter. So Queen Bess, Walter Raleigh.
Queen Bess, Sir Water, Sir
Wool.
Water,
Yeah, it's hard. Wool.
War,
That's
War,
it.
Sir
Walter.
Water, Sir
Yeah.
Walter Raleigh.
Raleigh. Yeah, very lovely, lovely. And then when you say Dickens, we want to get that long O right on nosing. No,
Nosing,
no.
no,
That's
nosing,
it. That's it. Nosing,
Dickens
nosing.
nosing.
Good, much better. And then a couple of lines down from there, a little bit more rounding on the word not. So we say, dead who will not die, of the past that will not remain.
Dead who will not die,
No, not.
not,
Imagine there's an L before the T, like you're saying
not,
Nalt, not.
not,
There you got
who will
it.
not die
Good. And will not remain.
and will not remain.
Yeah, there you go. And then hit the T on that is what London is to me.
That is what London is to
What?
me.
Hit the T's. What London?
What? That is what London is to me.
Good. Then the last one is feeling. Feeling.
Feeling,
Yeah, very good. Feeling. Yeah, just think of it as two separate words, fee and ling. Feeling and emotion. Good.
feeling, and emotion.
Good
That is what
job.
London is to me, a
Yeah.
feeling and emotion.
An emotion, an
An
emotion, a
emotion,
living
an
experience.
emotion, a
Yeah,
living
good.
experience.
Do you do voiceover work?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Why? Let's talk. We need to talk about that. You've got, isn't that voice just crazy? Woo! Go, so good, so good, so good. Okay. All right. Now we have Carter, correct? Is that who we haven't done? I'm getting, yes, and Audrey. So Carter and Audrey, and that's it, right? Okay. All right. Audrey, I'm going to have you go next if that's okay. I'm sorry, Carter. After I made your name, I'd like you to, that's just about the sheets here. If I'd like you to do the last half, starting with, well, that is what London is to me, if that's
Okay.
okay. All right.
Well, that is what London is to me. A vast, dusty treasure trove of faded memories. Memories of Shakespeare drinking sad in the Mermaid Tavern on Cheapside. Memories of Dr. Johnson orating pompously to Sly Bozzy over a Cheshire cheese tidbit. Memories of Robin Hood, of Good King John, of Queen Bess, of Sir Walter Raleigh, of Dickens nosing through the slums of Wren's architecture, of the countless wispy ghosts who people the city yet, and who make London the storehouse of the dead who will not die, of the past that will not remain in the past. That is what London is to me. A feeling, an emotion, a living experience.
Lovely. Some really nice vowel sounds there.
Thank you.
Tiny little thing where you say, London is to me a vast, dusty. Careful about that vowel in dusty and that kind of vowel, just a little farther back on the tongue.
Dusty.
Yeah, and then underneath that where you say the Mermaid Tavern, that ERN on tavern becomes un. Tavern. Tavern.
Tavern.
Very good. And then the last thing is when you say Sir Walter Raleigh.
Raleigh.
There you go. And that's it. That was really nice.
Thank you.
Really nice. Good
Raleigh.
job, Audrey. Okay. And last but not least, I've got to find, yeah, here we go. Not least, we have, okay, there we go. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Cotton Gnomes.
All right. Well, that is what London is to me. A vast, dusty treasure trove of faded memories. Memories of Shakespeare drinking sack in the Mermaid Tavern on the cheap side. Memories of Dr. Johnson orating pompously to Sly Bozzy over a Cheshire cheese tidbit. Memories of Robin Hood, of Good King John, of Queen Bess, of Sir Walter Raleigh, of Dickens nosing through the slums of Wren's architecture, of the countless wispy ghosts who people the city and yet who make London the storehouse of the dead who will not die, of the past that will not remain in the past. That is what London is to me. A feeling, an emotion, a living experience.
Well, I had a feeling, an emotion, and a living experience. That was lovely.
Thank you.
That was quite lovely. I've got one tiny little thing. Where was it? It was the sneakiest little thing. When you said Sir Walter Raleigh, you pronounced the R on Sir. So Sir Walter Raleigh. Yeah, beautifully done. Beautifully done. Guys, I'm so sorry that we pushed this so fast today. I should have timed it out better. I'm a little under the weather. I don't know if you can tell. I maybe should have rescheduled, but there you go. We got through it.
This was a lot of fun.
Do you feel like you learned something listening to everybody?
Oh, yeah.
I hope so. Yeah, that was the goal in this because it's usually if we listen to somebody else, we can kind of hear, oh, I would do this differently. I would do this here. Oh, but I like the way she did that. So that usually kind of helps really build the ear. I'm gonna mark these. I'll get them to you when I can. And we'll do something that's a little bit less rushed next time, I promise. Okay. We'll start working on some things where we start polishing things. And I might send in an assignment via Tina or somebody for the next time. But I just want to let you go because it's been a long night. It's so good to see all of you. Thank you for being patient. I promise we'll probably dance next time. Don't you think? I think we just need to dance. We're going to dance with a British accent. Right? To do something more fun. Oh, good. Sometimes you just have to dig into the hard stuff, though. So thank you.
Thank you,
Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much. Hope you feel better soon.
Yeah.
Hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. I will.
Yeah.
Bye all.
Bye.